Let me bring in Saransh Oza. You are a NEET aspirant. You are again one of those many students who perhaps are angry at the way this is being done. Saransh, ये मुझे बताइए, do you know of this? What is being told to me on the show कि if you 2 hours before you can get the paper for 5 lakhs?
Sir, back to the Vivek Thakur sir statement that I have also received lots of calls regarding NEET scam. Some consulting agencies calls me for and demands me 30 lakh, and they said that they will give you the exam paper exactly 2 hours before the exam, and
आपको
then you
फोन
will.
कॉल आया था? सारांश, आपको फोन कॉल आया था, आप कह रहे हैं?
Yes sir, I have received a lots of call.
राजदीप जी,
Sir,
बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के बाद कॉल रिकॉर्डिंग
sir,
भी है।
on 4th May, I have received a call from Indore. He had demanded me 1.5 lakhs for the question paper, and he had told me a way that he will create a Google ID and save a folder in the drive, and then I had to log in on that, and I will see the paper, question paper.
You know, you're telling, and has any of your fellow students recorded? Do you have call recordings?
Sorry sir.
आपके पास कॉल रिकॉर्डिंग है? ये जो जिसने फोन किया है, the person who has called, do you have a call recording of
Sir,
it?
unfortunately sir, मेरे पास कोई recording नहीं. I have changed my phone sir.
Vivek,
But
you
my
have a call
students-
recording of this?
Yes,
Your students have
my
a call
students have the
recording?
call recordings.
Sir, but
Yes,
but this
I
is,
have the
this is
even
very
the video
common
which
thing,
went
sir,
viral.
every parent has to face.
Okay, 1 minute. One by one. Are you surprised by what you're hearing, Dr. Rahul Chawla, as a former topper, as an AIMS neurologist, as a NEET mentor, here on this show? And I've heard this because I am a father of a doctor who's gone through NEET and NEET PG. They've been claiming that there are, from time to time, these reports come out of NEET paper leaks, of students having access possibly to some of the paper. Are you surprised? Is this common practice? Have you heard of this?
Well, Rajdeep sir, this gives me a sense of deja vu. Because when I was preparing for entrances back in 2007, 2008, I was told that suppose I was preparing for MP-PMT and there were 100 or 120 seats and I belong to a general category. I was told that I have only 30 seats available for competition. I asked them why. Because they told me that for a general category students, you have 50 to 60% seats. And divided by 2, the 50% of which is known to be blocked through unfair means. So it was a very known phenomenon that these kind of it was a known phenomenon that these kind of paper leaks.
So you're
using
saying this is
unfair
nothing
means.
new? It has been happening. You are
It is nothing new. Yeah,
okay.
it
Last
was
20.
known.
Has it
Yes, it
become
was
more
known.
extensive though? Has it become more extensive because the stakes are higher now? There are many more students competing. There are, the demand supply situation is getting worse. Is it worse now, Dr. Chawla?
Actually, previously, these kind of instances were more commonly seen in state PMTs like MP PMT. You already had the Appam scam,
Right.
then Haryana PMT, Delhi PMT, whereas the AI PMT used to be conducted by CBSE. And
Right.
in AI PMT, these kind of instances were not known. From 2015 onwards, it was decided that we scrap all the state entrance examinations, all the institutional examinations, and we have a single examination, NEET, conducted by a central agency. So it was thought that having an examination conducted by a central agency would put a full stop to all these kind of paper leaks and impersonation and these kind of unfair means. But however, these kind of paper leaks, they still continue. And the kind of result which we have got this year, it has been, it is like unprecedented. We have not seen this kind of results even in state PMTs. So even in state PMTs, like I was a topper, I secured rank 2 in NP-PMT. So the question to unfair means was never put on toppers. The toppers never used to belonging to the unfair means. It was only few students were sprinkled around, middle ranks who used to come through unfair means. But this time, so many toppers.
Okay,
that a huge question mark.
Okay, I want to stop you at this moment. I've got another student who's joining me. Vivek Priyadarshi is another NEET aspirant. Vivek, आप क्या कहना चाहोगे? Have on the show एक स्टूडेंट ने हमें बता दिया है कि उनका कहना है कि एग्जाम के 2 घंटे पहले फोन कॉल आ रहे थे कि अगर आपको पेपर का कुछ हिस्सा चाहिए या पेपर चाहिए, आपको 5 लाख देने पड़ेंगे।
सर, इसके बारे में मैंने सुना था। जब मैं एग्जाम सेंटर पे पहुंचा था तो वहां पे बहुत सारे लोगों ने ये बोला था कि उनके पास कॉल आया है। बट सर, मेरे साथ सर एक और दिक्कत हुई थी। सर, मैं जिस क्लास में बैठा था, एनटी का जिस सेंटर था, पुलिस लाइन था, सॉरी सर, पुलिस कैंपस था सर, मॉडर्न पुलिस कैंपस था सर। वहां पे मेरा एग्जाम हुआ। वहां पे सर मुझे 3rd क्लास की सीट पे बिठाया गया, जिस वजह से सर मेरा पेपर भी छूटा। और सर ये एक बहुत उसकी वजह से सर मैं एक
नहीं, थर्ड क्लास
बहुत
की
बड़ी
सीट का मतलब क्या है? थर्ड क्लास की सीट का मतलब क्या है?
सर थर्ड क्लास की सीट एक सर, हम जब आप बैठे हैं सर, एक प्रॉपर टेबल चेयर रहती है। अगर सर आपको एक छोटे बच्चे की सीट पे बिठा दिया जाए, आप कंफर्टेबली नहीं बैठ पाएंगे, और उसके बाद सर आप 3 घंटे एग्जाम देना है, आप नहीं बैठ पाएंगे। सर एनटीए ने बहुत बड़ी गलती की, उसकी वजह से सर मुझे बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हुआ, मेरा पेपर छूटा सर।
आपका पेपर छूटा, यानी आप कह रहे हैं कुछ बच्चों को सही टेबल मिला, कुछ को सही टेबल नहीं मिला, ये आप कह रहे हैं?
नहीं सर, बिल्कुल नहीं मिला सर। चाहे आप वहाँ पे मॉडर्न पुलिस स्कूल है सर, इन बरेली, आप सर उसमें चेक कर लीजिएगा सर, थर्ड क्लास की सीट पे बिठाया गया, और वहाँ पे सर बिल्कुल कंफर्टेबली कोई बैठ ही नहीं पाता था।
You know, you're hearing
सर ये
these
मेरे
stories.
साथ नहीं।
You're hearing Maheshwar Perry. What perhaps is the problem? The supply demand that you spoke on, 23, 25 lakh students desperate to get those 30,000 seats that will make a difference to their lives. Is it simply too big now for one agency to conduct this exam? Do we need to find a way, as some states are suggesting, let's try and decentralize this exam? Is that the solution? Or as is being suggested by some of the others, that if the JE can do it, if CAT can do it, why can't NEET?
No, I think first of all, JE also has been compromised multiple years, so let's not get there. The thing is, Rajdeep, I think first of all, the correction, it's not the coaching mafia, it's the exam center that is compromised. Every single time what happens is an exam center is compromised, the superintendent is compromised, and between the center and the exam superintendent, they actually because they get the paper early, that they can actually release that 2 hours, 3 hours before, because the center goes and collects the paper from a bank at 7 in the morning. So you actually have 3 hours of time between the supervisor and the exam center. And those are the 3 hours which are very crucial, where the paper gets leaked, right? That's the first part of it. The second thing is, Rajdeep, this is obviously the kind of structure that we created ourselves with, 24 lakh students fighting, competing for about 35-40,000 seats, which is always bound to create some kind of a problem. But this time the problem is, I think, top down and not bottom up. It's not just about a couple of exam centers, it is much, much more. It is not just about, some paper getting leaked or some compromise happening at a center. It is much more.
No, so is it the NTA? Is it the NTA? No, so who is
dramatic?
No, so who, according to you, is the one who is on test here? Is it the National Testing Agency? Is it the HRD Ministry?
NTA.
When you say top,
NTA
so
has been...
No, so do we need to change the way the NTA functions? How does the NTA function? Tell our viewers, and how do you believe it should function?
Rajdeep, earlier when the exams were being conducted, CBSE was conducting the examination and CBSE schools were the center. In which case, there is a direct control and ownership of the school, recognition, everything, right? Now you and I can go and enlist a center if I want to. And someone at NTA level can actually approve your center. And that's where the compromise starts. When you actually have a center compromise, then you have everything in examination compromise, which seems to be happening repeatedly of late. In fact, I'll give you an example, Rajdeep. 2022, there's a police officer from Delhi who sat for an examination, enrolled as a student, paid an agent, sat in the examination, and got 780 out of 800 marks in GMAT. 780 out of 800, he paid 10 lakh rupees. Then they went around arresting people and realized that 820 students actually used the services of a Russian hacker who was, hacking the examination and answering on your terminal from Russia. So this is not a new thing that we're dealing with. All I'm saying is NTA has been trying to give itself a clean sheet. Government has been trying to be a spokesperson of NTA, whereas they should be speaking on behalf of the student, because this time the manipulation or the kind of ranges that we see, the digression that we saw is dramatic.
Okay, let me hear from the HRD Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan. He's the man who has to answer a few hard questions. Our correspondent Milan Sharma caught up with him. What did Dharmendra Pradhan have to say to this controversy? Listen in.
ग्रेस मार्क के सुप्रीम कोर्ट की प्रदत्त एक फॉर्मूला को अपनाया गया। एनटीए ने कोई अपने से नहीं कर दिया। सुप्रीम कोर्ट की एक क्लार्क की परीक्षा के मामले में मॉडल था, लेकिन उसमें भी कुछ विद्यार्थियों के मन में आया कि इसके कारण कुछ लोगों को शायद नाजायज फायदा मिल रहा है, उसको भी रद्द किया गया। फिर एक नया व्यवस्था सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दिया कि उनको उन 1563 बच्चों को जिन्होंने आपत्ति किया था कि मेरे को कम समय मिला, जो कोर्ट तक आए थे, उनको एक बार परीक्षा देने के अवसर दे दो। ये सारे करने के बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एंडोर्स किया है उसको। हम पारदर्शिता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध हैं। उसमें मैं विद्यार्थियों को आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं, सरकार उनके भविष्य के साथ कोई खिलवाड़ नहीं करेगी।
What is the way forward? The minister is defending NTA. Vivek, Thakur, do you believe NTA needs to be re-looked at, and is there a better way? Give me a better way. Problem to sabne bol diya aaj show pe. What is the better way, Vivek?
See, NTA needs to be dissolved, according to me, given its track record, because it doesn't have academicians. It has bureaucrats drawn from top bureaucracy, and they do not know the ABC of these exams. That is a big problem. If you go for IIT JEE exam, it has 2 levels. So the suggested way is they screen 14 lakh students, and the top 2,50,000 students have to appear in another exam. So all this, it will be very tough for the cheating mafia to execute. If there is a 2-tier exam, in the first tier you have the offline, because the NTA comes with this problem that for 24 lakhs students, we do not have the infrastructure to conduct online exam. Okay, fine. So you conduct a screening exam, same as in
So you're saying conduct a screening exam. We've got limited time. You're saying 2-tier exam,
Yes.
Conduct a screening exam. Maheshwar Perry, you're not agreeing. You're
top
shaking
5
your
lakh,
head.
top 5 lakh students do a second level exam.
Okay,
of,
top
no,
5
no,
lakh
no,
do a
no.
second level. Mahesh, very quickly.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm sorry. You shouldn't impose another exam on the student. See, even for the JEE, you actually have all the NIT seats being decided by the first examination. So let's not get there of trying to say, okay, for IIT seats,
So what's the
everything's
solution
clean,
then,
but for
Mahesh?
NIT it is not really
So
clean.
what's
No,
the
no, let's
solution?
not get there. Let's not. The simple
But
thing
UPSC
is,
is 3-level
Rajdeep,
exam.
see, every single
JEE
time
has
when you
2-level
actually
exam.
find a problem, you don't. No, at every. JEE main has only one exam where all NIT seats are taken, boss. Let's leave it there, right? All I'm saying is, Rajdeep, you actually see the smoke signals every single time. We don't cover it up and we move on to the next examination. That is a problem. Every single time we know that centers are compromised. It's very simple, Rajdeep. A center where a non-home state students, multiple non-home state students are coming in. Let's say Godhra for that matter, where people from Jharkhand and Karnataka and Orissa and all were coming in. Or a center where you actually have very unrealistic marks. See, there is always a scrutiny that you do of a certain number of centers. Scrutinize those centers where there are non-home state numbers, a larger score that is happening, large number of toppers happening. There is a scrutiny level where you need to find out
No,
sample
who's going
sets,
to do it?
start looking at
No,
them,
who's
and
going to
start
do it?
blacklisting them. That's
No,
when
will
you
the
actually
same
deal with
NTA
them.
do it?
It's not going to happen. It will just continue
An
like this.
independent auditor, Rajdeep, I suggested this. Rajdeep, I suggested this. The thing is, you need to go for a transparent audit. Have a
Rajdeep
forensic
ji, in
audit,
JEE
start
exam,
looking
JEE
at
advanced
every single
exam,
center once the
IIT
examination is
professors
over.
themselves
One by
are
one.
present in the center.
So sorry. Okay, you're saying independent auditor, Mahesh. What are you saying, Vivek? Go ahead.
In
Absolutely.
JEE advanced
A
exam, the
forensic-
sanctity
No,
is
let
never
Vivek
forensic
compromised
audit
because
and yeah,
You're saying independent auditor. Let him respond.
a
Let Vivek
forensic
respond.
audit and a technical audit of absolutely. A
Yes,
forensic
Vivek.
audit and a technical audit is what is required to understand the quantum of the problem that we're dealing with. It's not 24 lakh, mind you. It is a few centers, a few students in certain places. Once you identify the problem, if it is too big, then you go for a retest. If it's not too big, confine it to those centers where there is a large amount of digression and
Okay.
deal with that.
Vivek, is that a way forward?
So I think this audit thing is not going to solve the problem, because we need to look at those exams whose sanctity had never been compromised, the questions had never been raised. Like in JEE advanced exam, in every center that the exam is conducted, 2 IIT professors are present there as an advisors, as an auditors to look into the things. Here in this exam, the centers are held in very small
Vivek,
locations
NITs
like the
kya
Bahadurgarh
karoge?
case,
NITs
the
kya karoge?
Jhajjar case that you know, where
Okay.
the,
Vivek,
even the
NITs kya
No, no, no.
karoge?
even
One
police
minute,
is not
Mahesh.
involved.
Let him complete.
Vivek,
Mahesh, he
police
should be.
doesn't-
No, Mahesh, he did not. Let him complete.
State police doesn't take interest because it is national level exam. Like in UP, the police constable exam, entrance exam, the state government was directly, its reputation was at stake. So the local administration was full in support. But if you go and observe at these centers, the local police doesn't have any interest
Okay.
because it is not.
So
the
you're
state
saying you
government.
need better
These are
police.
structural problems.
Okay. You made your point. Let's get in the Dr. Rahul Chawla. What's your solution?
I think first investigation has to be conducted. We know there were so many wrongs. First, we need to look at it, why the things went wrong and who were the people who were responsible. And first, the system has to be fixed. Now, whether you make NTA the exam controlling authority or not, whether you bring in some other authority, the problem is going to remain the same till we don't fix the issues. So the issues have to be fixed first. And this problem is not new. It has been happening since eternity. And
But
everyone knows about it.
Okay.
So why not we do something so that these things do not happen in the magnitude like this has happened?
As I said, finding a solution in this case is not so easy. Saransh Oja, are you going to do the exam again next year? आप करते रहोगे, and what would for you be a better way? Are you happy with the way Is this the only way? Or give me a solution. तुम्हारे पास कोई solution है, Saransh?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Definitely, I'm not happy with the result. I was expecting 9300 rank, but I'm getting 37,899. So my rank has spiked up to 4 times. I was, of course, not happy with my result. But the better solution is two-step test pattern. First one must be screening, and second must be exam conducted by AIMS, just like IITs and JEE Advanced.
So you're saying two stages, Vivek Priyadarshi. You want the
Yes, sir.
entire exam to be revamped, to change? पूरा एग्जाम बदलना चाहिए?
यस सर, बदलना तो चाहिए सर। जैसे रैंक आया है सर, उसके अकॉर्डिंग 650 वाले को सर कॉलेज मिलना बहुत मुश्किल रहेगा, और सर 720 वाले को टॉप का कॉलेज भी मिले, ये भी बहुत मुश्किल की बात है। सर मैं चाहता हूँ एग्जाम इस तरीके से हो कि सर 550 वाले को भी कॉलेज मिले और सर 720 वाले को भी मिले। सर कम से कम 150 मार्क्स का डिफरेंस होना चाहिए सर, मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम कट ऑफ में।
Okay, ठीक है. These are solutions that are being offered. As I said, we will continue to carry on this campaign. I speak today not just as a news anchor, but as a father of a young doctor. I know what people are going through when they have to do these exams. We need a complete change. It is not good enough what Dharmendra Pradhan said, that giving NTA the benefit of the doubt, not good enough. Supreme Court has put it rightly. Even if there is a 0.001% thing that has gone wrong, that's simply not good enough. If we can conduct elections across this country, across 97 crore voters, we can jolly well get these exams right and get the lakhs of students at least to believe, to reduce their mistrust in the way exams are conducted. That is good governance. That is what we need. After this election, let's all focus on governance issues. That's what we need to see.